In the very north of the UK, there is an archipelago of around 100 islands which very few people know or visit, and more recently has attracted attention for its TV show Shetland, which shows a darker side to the island. But we wanted to find out what life was really like out there. This is where Rachel comes in. She's a local to Shetland, and ever since we met her 3 years ago, she's been insisting we visit. According to her, Shetland is like nowhere else in the UK, and honestly, that was all the push we needed. We've just started our journey to the most northern islands in the UK, and we won't actually be getting there until tomorrow morning.
I'm just about to start a stopwatch on our journey.
It's going to be a long one.
It's going to be a long journey.
3 trains and hundreds of kilometres later, we arrived in Scotland.
Now this is actually my first time in Scotland. Once, when I was about 9 years old, we crossed the border, then turned around, but that was only for 5 minutes, so this is my official first time. We are also just about to meet 2 of our friends, and one of them is a local to Shetland Islands. So she's going to be exploring with us and showing us all the best spots and why this island is such a beautiful place to live.
It's alright. Oh, it's good to see you.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. You alright, mate? How are you doing? Oh dear, there is literally a leaflet giving us a weather warning tonight. We regret informing you today's departure may be delayed, diverted or cancelled because of bad weather.
I am not good on boats at the best of the time, so this is going to be interesting.
Timer update.
We are on 9 hours 47 minutes. Almost hit the 10-hour mark, and we've got 14 hours to go.
Oh, look at this. It's fancy, isn't it?
It's nice.
But it's a huge boat, isn't it?
Go ahead and request a bottom bunk so I can beeline to the toilet.
Yeah.
And why is that?
I have a top bunk.
Just in case I'm sick.
Seasickness tablets, just in case.
Are you going to take one too?
Yeah, probably for the best, isn't it?
It's better being safe than sorry, so
I'm
I'm just going to take them. I don't normally get sick.
But it could be a rough night.
So we are just leaving Aberdeen right now. We have a 14-hour journey ahead of us, and hopefully it's not going to be too wavy.
So this is our friend Rachel, and she is a local from Shetland. From
I'm gonna be the tour guide.
This is our local tour guide, and this over here is our friend Joe.
He's just Joe, there's nothing else.
for the left.
We've just got our meal on the boat, and we've actually got fish and chips. I think the fish is from Orkney Island, so not quite Shetland yet, but it looks really good, and it's actually huge.
And the worrying thing is, the person who's taking this ferry a lot is the one not eating, because apparently you could get sick.
Yeah. Maybe we should be taking her advice and not having a huge meal, but we're going for it.
So far, it has been very plain sailing. It's, you know, a little bit wavy, but nothing crazy. So we are going to head to our cabin, because once we come round the coast of the northern part of Scotland, when we go into the open water, that is when it starts to get very wavy, and we want to be lying horizontal.
Oh, I can already feel it a bit.
It is definitely starting to pick up now, isn't it?
Yeah, a little.
It's bedtime.
It's not too wavy at the moment, so we're going to go to sleep whilst we can.
These sleeping tablets are literally just sending me to sleep, so I'm going to go to bed, and then hopefully it doesn't get too wavy in the night.
We've seen Shetland. This is our first sighting. It looks beautiful and sunny.
Sunny Shetland.
That's the most southerly tip, that's Sombre Head. So just beyond that is where the Atlantic meets the North Sea. So we're now in the shelter of the land.
That is why it suddenly got still, because in the night it did start to get a bit rocky.
If you are coming to Shetland, apparently they often give out the weather warning just to warn people of the waves. But we were very, very lucky last night. Rachel said it's one of the flattest she's ever seen it. And she's taken this ferry a lot, so very lucky. Hopefully it is the same on the way back. We are just coming in to the Shetland Islands now. This is Lerwick, this is like the capital city, but apparently it's only got like 8,000 people. So very small. We've finally arrived here. And we've officially arrived in Shetland. What's the timer at?
We are at 23 hours and 25 minutes, and I'm going to stop it there. That is how long it's taken us to get to Shetland.
It is definitely a little bit colder here than Aberdeen, and definitely colder than London. Shetland is home to around 22,000 people and lies over 200 kilometres from mainland Scotland. Originally under Norse rule, the islands were given to Scotland as a wedding dowry in 1472 and have remained part of Scotland ever since. Shetland even has its own dialect, which retains strong Norse influences. Good morning from Shetland. So this morning we're going to be going wild swimming, and yes, it is going to be freezing, but today, unlike yesterday, it is not that windy, so we're hoping we won't freeze to death. If you're a fan of Shetland, the show, then you'll definitely recognise this spot.
I don't, because I haven't watched much of the TV show, but
It's where the detective lives.
So even though there is a murder mystery story based here, Shetland is actually one of the safest places to live in the whole of Europe, and apparently Rachel doesn't even lock her door.
don't tell the world that.
But yeah, hopefully you don't know where she lives.
Yeah.
How are you feeling, Joe, about going in the water?
Not good. Actually not bad. Let's go for hot chocolate.
No, that is actually icy.
Psych yourself up!
Breathe. Belly breath.
This is the coldest water I've ever been in.
Try and swim.
No! Done it! Oh, he's won! Joe's...
There's a little nip in that. Oh my life! Yeah, I feel fantastic.
Well done team, we've done it. Well, you don't need one, you're local.
Yeah, you're fine.
Definitely got to keep warm, mate. That's so cold.
I think that was some of the coldest water I've ever been in.
Definitely.
After our dip in the sea, we're going to treat ourselves to a nice hot coffee. Hopefully warm us up a bit.
This is the most populated place in all of Shetland. I love how Emilia, I and Rachel are all wrapped up in warm gear, and then there's Joe in his Crocs and just swim shorts.
Yeah.
You must be chilly, mate.
Oh, a little bit.
Here we have a Shetland roll, and this is sesame. Apparently it's like ground beef cut into a square. Let's give this a little bit of a taste. That's really good, but it's kind of like a burger, but tastes slightly different.
We've freshened up after our little morning swim, and we've got a bag full of food because we are heading out on an adventure. We've got the car packed, and we are going to be camping tonight on a remote beach.
It's supposed to be one of the most beautiful beaches in the whole of Scotland, not just here in Shetland, so let's hope it's nice.
We're driving right to the south of the island, and we're actually going to cross over the runway at the airport, which is kind of crazy.
You couldn't do this at Heathrow, could you? Well, you would get hit.
So this is literally the runway in front of us.
Whoa! Should we just go really slow?
Yeah, you just can't stop.
Just walking up to the head of the most southern tip of the Shetland mainland. Hopefully, fingers crossed, going to see puffins up here, because this is like one of the only spots on the whole island where you can actually see them. And I've never seen puffins, have you?
No.
Any puffins yet?
No, not so far, although this is where they live. I don't think anybody's home.
I didn't realise puffins burrow. It's quite cool. The lady back there said they did see some puffins. There's a few.
They did?
Yeah.
Flying.
Where?
Is that a puffin?
Yeah, that black thing. Skinny black thing. Oh.
So cool!
Literally right in front of us.
That
I
was
don't know if
so
you can
cute.
see. Oh, he's so tiny.
Wow!
There he is, look at him.
They basically look like rats.
They're not the most beautiful rat you've ever seen.
Just before we get to our campsite, we are checking out another beach, which is supposed to be one of the best on the island, but not quite as good as the one we are staying on. It is, it's incredible.
This is Shetland.
Who knew? Whoa, the water's so clear.
I can't believe it. It's so clear. It'd probably be warmer than this morning as well, because the sun's out now.
And it's a bit of like a bay, this area. It's beautiful.
So peaceful. I can't believe how green it is here.
I know, I even noticed things.
It's so green. Apparently, there's seals sunbathing on the beach.
They look like that. You can just see him.
Whoa, this beach looks insane. Like this is Scotland. This isn't the Maldives.
Wow. That actually looks insane.
It's
Like
huge.
So big.
It's a massive beach.
It is.
There is no wind here whatsoever, and we're going to be camping here for tonight on this beautiful beach.
Let's cook some food. Bit of a stressful moment there for a minute, but I think we've got the fire going.
We have. Just about.
We have.
We are attempting to boil water for our pasta.
It's going to take some time.
It's taken us 4 of us to light a tranche. Do not move that.
The pasta's almost done, and we're having trouble because we don't have a sieve. Yeah, that's it. Dinner is served. Tuna pesto pasta. I know it doesn't look good, guys, but it's a camping meal.
We're really
isn't it?
proud of this. We're really proud of this.
There was a moment where we thought we weren't going to have dinner.
And I burnt my leg, but beyond that,
It's good.
that's a beautiful meal.
Doesn't get much better than cold tuna and slightly warm pasta.
All right, Joe?
We might have a great sunset.
We're going to have a lovely sunset.
Oh, wow. So Rachel is the one who actually knows how to light a fire. Joel just thinks he does.
We need to get more wood.
The wood.
We need
No
wood.
more wood.
Caught it! Look at it go! Come on!
I've got fire. I've got the fire started really easily. Look at that.
Fire.
It is now time for marshmallows. Essential camping equipment. Sticks. Insert in the stick.
Got it up a lobster. Cheers.
Cheers.
No.
Yours is mini.
It's hot. It's smoking my eyes.
I can't believe how it feels warm, but you can see your breath.
Marshmallow.
Right, marshmallows around your lips. I have to let it cool down. I don't want to burn my tongue. Oh, tasty.
I can't believe how lucky we've been with the weather right now. It's 10 p.m. and the sun is only just setting. It's beautifully clear and the water is so still. Rachel just showed us pictures from other times of year and we are so lucky. I can't believe we're camping here and that this is in Scotland.
What a beautiful, beautiful evening we have had. This endless sunset. And you wouldn't believe it, but right now it is nearly 11 p.m. at night. And the sun probably won't go dark till about completely black until about half midnight. And then the sun will rise again at 3:45 in the morning. These long days here in Shetland and the summer months are just beautiful. It is a little bit chilly this morning. The clouds have rolled in. I think we even had a bit of rain last night because our tent's a little bit wet.
I did hear it in the night and I was like, oh no. But thankfully, it's not too bad right now, although saying that there is some grey clouds.
We have just packed our tents away. Joe's just finishing off his, but we have just booked this sauna right here. This is a sauna on the beach. Look how beautiful that looks. And we're going to be heated up for the next hour. And if we're brave, we'll go in the sea if we're feeling too hot, but we'll see about that. It is so cold out here. Let's get straight in the sauna. Come on, Joe. It's time to get in, mate. Oh, it is hot in here, girls, isn't it?
Yeah.
Blimey.
It's lovely.
Oh, wow, look at the view. What is the temperature?
90.
90. Flipping heck, that's hot.
Lovely.
We're running in the sea. It is so cold outside compared to that sauna. It's all right. Genuinely, this feels like the most natural high you can get. Jumping in the icy cold sea, and something about it feels illegal. Also, look at the colour of the water. I mean, there's no colour, but it's crystal clear. Oh, I'm getting into needles, I'll be honest. All right, we can retreat back to the sauna. This is the beauty of it. We were very brave yesterday, but if you want to be a little less brave, sauna, sea, and then you can easily swim in Shetland. Like, look, we're walking back. How you doing?
Chilly, just trying to get my clothes back on, but sticky and wet.
How good was the sauna though?
So good, I feel amazing after that.
I can't believe the difference in the temperature in just 9 hours. It was so sunny and beautiful. We had the most beautiful sunset. And now the rain's rolled in, the clouds are here, and it's feeling a little bit more miserable.
A seal! There's a seal! And then you're about to pop
his head up.
What are you doing? We're calling the seal.
It's a Shetlandic thing, I don't know. Anyway, we have just arrived at the thinnest point in Shetland. This is where the North Sea meets the Atlantic coast.
It's called Mavis Grind.
Mavis Grind.
And apparently what you have to do when you're here is you get a rock from the North Sea and then we go over here and throw it in the Atlantic. Hopefully we don't hit anything. I'm not very good at throwing, just a free warning.
We've got to climb over this fence, but I think Emilia's struggling a little bit.
I'm not quite tall enough.
Okay. No! I thought I could jump it and then I got scared.
Look at this.
Wow. So we're coming up to some of like the really dramatic cliffs they have. So even though Shetland's like right in the north, it actually has mountains, not that we're at them at the moment, going up to 450 meters. So this is Roe Sand Beach. Roe actually means red, and I guess it's Old Norse, but look at this beach. It's actually red sand down here because it's like a volcanic area of Shetland.
The watercolour here is insane, like it's just so crystal clear.
It just feels like, it doesn't feel like this should be the UK, right?
No. Is this the way down?
I guess so.
It's good having a local guide to take us to all the spots.
Yeah, we're lucky, aren't we? We met a good friend.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah. It's going mad!
It's so windy, this waterfall right here is going upwards.
It's going backwards, it's defying gravity.
That is crazy. Now we've come down to the beach, the wind has just suddenly stopped. It's like it's really sheltered. I just can't get over how beautiful this beach is.
It reminds me of like the Faroe Islands. I mean, I guess they're not too far of here, but they always look like super cliffy with blue water and not many trees because it's that windy that there is just no trees.
We don't know if that's the reason, but it kind of feels like that's the reason.
Well, we also heard that there's a theory that maybe the Vikings cut all the trees down and then they just never grew back because it's so windy. This is how you sunbathe in Shetland. Full coat, full trousers on, hat on.
I'm actually quite hot, I've got to be honest.
Need to strip down.
Get the hat off. You ready?
I guess so. That's the only way off this beach. Got some traffic here in Shetland. Sheep in the road.
That scared them. Sorry, mate. It's not just whales. They have more sheep in Shetland than they do people.
The wind is crazy, but we're going to find a big hole and we've got to get a good rock to take with us.
So this area of Shetland is actually all volcanic. This is the black old lava rock. And this is the big hole.
3, 2, 3.
Whoa!
There's bits of rock flying up in my face.
Whoa! That sounded like a bomb!
For context, this is the height of the cliff that we've just thrown the rocks off.
What?
Whoa!
That is so high!
Just down this cliff is the biggest cave in the UK. I mean, we can't really get in it from here, but I'm sure it's very big.
So apparently they thought the largest in the UK was in Cheddar Gorge, but it's actually here, but it's just quite difficult to access because it's in this basically long valley here. So someone went in with a laser and they think it is much bigger than the one in Cheddar Gorge. The sea is so rough down there as well, isn't it?
It's so tall, and to think there's like this 60-foot cave right underneath us right now.
It's kind of scary. Hopefully we don't fall through.
Just don't think about it too much. Parking up.
So we have just arrived at Britain's most northerly fish and chip shop.
How exciting is that? Grey Shetland.
Welcome.
Got our fish and chips. Smells good. Got a little hill by the car, protected from the wind. It's huge. And wow.
I'll be able to get some of your leftovers.
This is a big fork. This is a tiny fork for the big fish. I don't really know how this is going to work.
Was it good?
Chip. Is this Shetland fish?
Yeah, of course.
That's actually really good.
Probably as fresh as you can get it. Cheers. Come on, tap your chip. Cheers. No one's ever done that before. I've almost finished these fish and chips. Honestly, might be one of the best I've had. Oh, I thought it was going to blow away.
I definitely think it's the best fish and chips I've had.
Yeah.
Like the fish.
It's so
good.
tasty.
So right now we are about to go jet skiing around this incredible landscape. Hopefully we do not fall in because it is so cold right now and we are really not that prepared. I've only got like this summer wetsuit, so if we go in, I am going to be freezing. How are you feeling?
I don't know. I'm excited. I'm really excited, but I don't know whether to take the gloves off.
If you go in, they're going to be sodden.
That is true.
How are you feeling, you two?
Buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. I think we're going to have such a good evening light as well.
So we're just leaving the key in the ignition because apparently that's what you do in Shetland.
That's Shetland for you.
Okay.
Shetland's a crazy place.
It must be safe. Here we go then. You're frightened. I mean, I'm frightened to go in.
I'm not stepping
It
in that
is
water.
so cold. The instructors have literally got like dry suits on. They've got like 4 layers on. Here we go then.
Bit nervous?
Yeah.
I cannot believe we are jet skiing on the North Sea right now.
Wow.
I don't know if you can see, but we've just seen a little waterfall over there.
That's so beautiful. That's straight into the sea.
That's amazing. We've just come out of that little boat and it's pretty choppy out here, I'm not gonna lie. Oh.
Oh no! We just went in!
It's freezing, Joel.
It is freezing!
Oh my god.
Oh!
That was crazy. I can't believe we just fell into the North Sea.
I feel like this is one of the coolest ways to discover a coastline. That was eventful.
Time to get off.
What an experience that was. I am so cold right now. We've got the heating on in the car. I'm going to head back to Lerwick.
Oh, I've got to jump back in the car. I'm so cold.
Yeah, let's go.
Unfortunately, that evening, Joe had to head back home, but we still had one more place we needed to visit.
Good morning from another day in Shetland, and today is the day we are heading to the most northerly island in the whole of the United Kingdom. We're heading to Unst. So in order to get to the most northerly island in the UK, you have to take 2 ferries from the mainland of Shetland. So first off, we're going to get a ferry in literally about 10 minutes time.
Just up ahead over here is our first ferry of the day.
Here we go, on the ferry.
I think we spotted some Shetland ponies in the distance. I think the rain's coming in.
It does look very, very dark behind you.
It does, but there's also mini ponies.
So for some strange reason, if you don't know what a Shetland pony is, it's basically like a miniature horse, and they originate here in the Shetland Islands, and they're just up here. They're famous in the UK.
They're so mini, aren't they?
So cute. They honestly are about this tall. Like they're small. No, only just a bit bigger than my golden retriever.
Like a mini horse, but a big dog.
With like a funky hairstyle.
Look how much taller you are. Like that's actually
Tiny.
It's ridiculous.
What?
I feel huge right now. I feel like a huge giant.
Oh, Joe, the camera's getting wet.
Alright, we gotta go, it's too rainy. Retreat!
It's so wet.
Soaked. Oh, that came in so quickly.
The camera's a little bit wet. But how cool were those Shetland ponies? They're actually so tiny.
A miniature.
I had no idea. I thought they were a bit bigger than that, but they're literally
so small.
like they're smaller than my hip.
Why did they evolve that tiny?
Apparently, even though they're really mini, they're really good at working in really hard conditions, because it is obviously not the best weather in the UK, but they can fight through it. And they used to drag all the tractors, replace tractors, you know, back in before the Industrial Revolution. So they're pretty hardy animals, even though they are very mini. We're on our second ferry, and the man came to speak to me, but with his strong Shetland accent, I had no idea what he said.
He said, "You come from Toft this morning,"
And what does that mean?
meaning we've come from the Toft ferry terminal on the mainland.
Oh,
Oh wow. We are now on the most northern island in the UK.
we've made it to Unst. Unst.
Woo! Along the main road we saw a sign towards a cafe and we thought, well, we fancy a coffee, let's check it out. And this is the cafe. It is a self-service cafe.
It's just a box.
An honesty cafe.
Honesty cafe.
That's so cute. I've just never seen this before in my life.
This
honestly.
is so odd.
It's all French stuff.
So you can, I guess you get a hot drink from the kettle there, and a water refill tap under the window, and then you just, where do you put the money? Honesty drawer, pay here. And then you put the money in there, and there's just money.
Whoa.
That is how safe and friendly people are in Shetland.
And this is like
Unst weather rock. Forecast: if rock is wet, raining. If the rock is dry, cloudy. If rock is warm, sunny.
oh, it's starting to get a bit damp. I think it's starting to rain.
That's an impressive rock.
I cannot get over these honesty boxes where you just have money out in the middle of nowhere, and you can just, you know, pay for stuff.
I think we should try and find a different shop.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit more selection.
There's actually only about 600 people living on this entire island, and as you can see, there is not a lot going on, but they do have a bus stop here, which is strangely decorated.
What is going on?
They've got costumes at the bus stop, so you could dress up as a bee. This is the most northerly shop and petrol station.
This is the most northerly post box.
This is the most northerly church.
This is the most northerly bus shelter.
This is the most northerly beach. This is the most northerly house.
These are the most northerly butt nuggets. This is another honesty box, and basically people leave fresh eggs inside and you can take them and leave some money. But here they actually call them butt nuggets, which is quite amusing to me.
And this behind me is the most northerly pub in the UK. A little bit bleak though, isn't it?
It definitely is, yeah.
Yeah.
We're currently just walking to the end of this head, and we're going to be able to see Muckle Flugga. Muckle Flugga means a stack of big rocks, which is the most northerly point in the UK, and we're going to be able to see it in the distance in the sea. Now we actually planned to get a boat, but because it's so windy, we can't actually get there. Basically, there is an old lighthouse.
So behind me here is the most northerly point in the UK. It is Muckle Flugga.
It's only about
And-
2 miles away. Well, Rachel's now the most northerly person in the UK, but there might be someone on this headland, but we think we probably are the most northerly people at the moment.
Yay!
Although right now I am now the most northerly person. Woo! The lighthouse out there is no longer manned, and because it can be turned on automatically. And all the stairway up to the lighthouse has basically been destroyed. But maybe one day in my dreams I'll be able to get there. But for right now, too windy.
I'm sorry.
Up here on one of the most northern points of the UK, you have this old RAF base which has been abandoned. We're going to go inside, check it out a little bit, because it's basically been blown down by the wind. So you can easily just get in. And apparently, Rachel says it's all right to go in. So let's have a look.
It's a little bit creepy in here.
It is, isn't it?
But there is some sheep, which is kind of strange.
So apparently this base was last used in the Cold War, but since then it's just been abandoned, but it's still owned by the RAF. So at some point maybe they will build it back up. It was used because it was on top of a hill, so you've got really good view all over the North Sea, so you can see any Russian ships which might have been coming. It is very creepy though in here. I don't know what is. It's a little nosy. Hello?
Hi.
I'm not sure if I fancy going in here. Oh, it's a really weird... It feels very cold inside, even colder than outside. I'm not sure I fancy going in there. Old. This place is crazy. It's weird to think that, you know, all those years ago this would have been in use. Army would have been here. And now it's just deserted. It's basically like a big radar station. But it is obviously not in use at all anymore.
This radar station also holds the unofficial record for the highest wind speed in the UK, which is 197 miles per hour. I wouldn't like to be out here when it's that.
No. The only occupants of this place still here today are these little sheep. Maybe they're stuck in here or something because they're just here, sitting around. I think we'll exit this RAF base and leave these sheep in peace. The thing that amazes me about this island, Unst, is that people are living such different lives. Like, this is the same country as people living in London, and lives couldn't be different. Out here, there is no Tesco's. I haven't seen a barber shop. I don't think there's even a proper restaurant. But it feels like I've just been thrown back in time 70 years ago. Not all these crazy amenities which we have in the 21st century.
Shetland was truly eye-opening for us, beautiful and peaceful, much like many parts of rural Britain. But what stood out to us was the incredible sense of safety and the warmth of the locals. With just 22,000 people spread across the remote islands, there's a real sense of community here. Shetland feels a world apart from the rest of the UK, isolated, windswept and raw, but worth the journey for anyone looking to experience something truly different.